The championship campaign kicked off last night as Frank Lampard's Derby travelled to Reading. Now it's over to Boro. Ahead of the opener at Millwall this afternoon, we round up the championship previews and promotion predictions from the national press. The Guardian excitement is not necessarily Tony Pulis' stock in trade, but his Middlesbrough side look as well placed as any to challenge for the title this season. Having signed on at the Riverside last December, Pulis steered Boro to the playoffs with 11 wins from 22 matches. The majority of that side remains intact, including the explosive Adama Traore, who finally looked like delivering on his potential under Pulis' direction. A release clause in the Spaniard's contract means it will be an anxious wait to the transfer deadline, however. With two astute additions in the shape of Bristol City's towering centre-half Aidan Flint and Paddy McNair, the one success in Sunderland's brutal relegation season, Boro may have had a mixed pre-season, but look to have the most complete squad in the division and the most experienced coach. Guardian writer Paul McInnes also says Aitor Karanka's Nottingham Forest look most likely to do Wolves, and tips Stoke and West Brom as two other automatic promotion contenders. Read the Guardian preview in full here. Middlesbrough manager Tony Pulis. Sky Sports. In their championship season preview, Sky Sports provide a little bit of detail to back up the bookies' odds for the four most likely title contenders this season. Boro are one of them. Only 9 of the 30 clubs relegated from the Premier League over the last decade have bounced back at the first time of asking, just 4 of those automatically, but 2 sides who fell out of the top flight last term, Stoke and West Brom, are still deemed top tips for the title, according to Sky Bet. They write. Middlesbrough, meanwhile, have began to build a team in the image of boss Tony Pulis, with new boys Aidan Flint and Paddy McNair, for a combined £12 million, providing the force to complement the flair of the likes of winger Adama Traore. With Pulis' history of getting results, their odds of 8/1 are unsurprisingly narrow. Aidan Flint, Focus Images Limited. Joining that trio inside the 10/1 bracket are Nottingham Forest, who have taken a leaf out of Wolves' title-winning book with their spending on Portuguese talent. Aitor Karanka's side broke their record spend to bring in João Carvalho from Benfica, and added Tobias Figueiredo from Sporting as well. Money does not buy success, but they have added championship experience with the additions of Lewis Graben, Michael Dawson, Jack Robinson and Jack Colback, and expectations are high. Read Sky's preview in full here. EFL Podcast. Not the Top 20. Not the Top 20 podcast hosts Ali Maxwell and George Ellick reckon Stoke will live up to the billing of pre-season favourites and lift the championship crown this season. But the pair tip Boro to also secure a top 2 spot. In their preview for Sky Sports, the duo write, Middlesbrough made some mistakes in the transfer market last season, but Tony Pulis knows exactly who he wants and who to let go, and that is pretty much what he has done. It will be interesting to see if he can go back to playing right on the front foot again. He has a clear way of playing, they will be superb defensively and have also got plenty of talent going forward. It's vital that they hold on to Adama Traore, though, who was superb under Pulis in the second half of last season. Maxwell and Alec predict Brentford, Derby, Preston and Nottingham Forest will be the 4 teams to make up the playoff places. You'll find their predicted table in full here. Adama Traore, Focus Images Limited. 4 Fort Worth, Stoke and Boro are going up. Well, according to 4 Fort Worth, that will be the case anyway. As part of their championship preview, writers of the magazine have predicted their top 6. Making up the playoff places behind Stoke and Boro, they have Brentford, Preston, Nottingham Forest and Sheffield United. On Boro, they write, a meek playoff defeat hardly fulfilled chairman Steve Gibson's promise that Boro would smash the league during 2017-18, nor the £50 million, mostly covered by player sales, spent on a new team. They are, however, set up very nicely for 2018-19. Managed by Tony Pulis, squad in place, Boro are among the favourites. Middlesbrough will require more pace out wide if a big dog snaps up Adama Traore. But Polis works tight margins. Boro finished 5th despite creating no more clear-cut scoring opportunities than they conceded. Boasting a solid defense, an experienced midfield and fit and firing forward Brett Assombalonga, they should challenge Middlesbrough manager Tony Pulis Football 365 another side tipping Boro to be right in the mix this summer. Middlesbrough got to the playoffs last season, and if one thing can be relied upon in this most unpredictable of divisions, then surely it's that a club with Middlesbrough's pedigree and Tony Pulis will go close, writes Football 365's Dave Tickner. They still have a Domator, and will be counting down the seconds until the end of the transfer window, and have added the very Pulis indeed solidity of Aidan Flint and Paddy McNair, to go with the flair. There's more here.